left or right. This is our survival. It's about justice. It's about life. It's about all we ever know. It's about justice. It's about life. It's about all we ever love. How much will be lost while we fuss and fight and filibuster about the cost? Oh no! Don't hesitate, soon you will be refugees too. This is not political. This ain't no left or right. This is our survival. It's about justice. It's about life. It's about all we have ever seen. It's about justice. It's about life. It's about all we have ever loved or will ever love.
So what's your name?
I'm Zoe Sider.
And Zoe, what are you here for?
I'm here to protest the XL pipeline.
And why? Because your college paid for it?
No, because it's a destructive thing. It's going to hurt people, their health, and also the environment.
Alright, so what are you going to do now? You're going to show us what you can do with this hula hoop?
Yes.
Alright, let's see it. That looks kind of weird. That was cool. Well, she can move her head. Even going to the beat a little bit. Oh my God. That's gotta be cold out there. That is impressive.
Thank you.
Oh my God. I am the whistleblower for the Michigan oil spill, and I'm a former Keystone Pipeline worker, and I'm a union member, and I'm speaking out against the tar sand pipeline because we have an Aaron Brockovich situation in Michigan now. We have hundreds of sick people. People have died. People have lost their lives.
Will there ever be a day and choosing love for all? Because all of the things that we've tried in the past because we have less than a minute, give you each a shot.
I'm Stan.
Okay, we're gonna go over the hand signals real quick. Do you wanna do the signals for me?
Yeah.
All right, when you agree with something, you're gonna do this. This, I don't know how I feel about it. No, I do not like what's happening. If somebody says something, somebody says something and you want to ask them a quick question, this is what you do for that. Now, if you feel like we're going off track, we're not on the subject, say somebody's talking about tents and we're talking about the kitchen, you do that. Somebody says something up here and you know, or you have more information, or you know that what they said was false or inaccurate, that's called a direct response, and it's a short factual correction. You don't get up here and give your opinion and go on for 20 minutes. Short factual correction. Block is something that goes against the Occupy principals themselves. It is not something that is a personal objection that you yourself have. This has to go against the Occupy principles.
We think is important because there's a debate going on right now in Congress that we think is way off track. It's off track because we're dealing with a very corrupt political system, really corrupt to the core, and it can't deal with the real problems that this country faces. And so this so-called super committee up on Capitol Hill, I would say is an occupied super committee up there because they're occupied by corporate power. They're occupied by corporate power. Now we're calling this the occupied super committee, but I think we're liberated. What we are is in the liberated center of an occupied city occupied by mass wealth and corporate power that dominates government. And so welcome to liberated Freedom Plaza. That's what we are here. And we are here with not by ourselves. There's another occupation in Washington up at McPherson Plaza. I want to thank both the occupiers for staying out and doing an incredible citizen work to change this debate. And occupations are happening across the country, and it's people finally stepping up and taking responsibility for the direction this government and this economy is going. It's really refreshing to see in all of it.
He's a full-time lawyer. There's a lot of professionals.
Models and principles when the moment arrived politically to move it to the national level. So when you think about what I've been talking about all these...
His name is John Bolenbaugh. He's an environmental activist who is trying to uncover the Michigan oil cover-up. So I'll give him 5 minutes to speak and participate in that way. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. I'm the whistleblower for the Michigan oil spill. Kind of like Aaron Brockovich. I worked for a company called Enbridge, and we were being told to cover up oil. Put grass over it, dirt, rocks, and I couldn't sleep at night, so I reported it to the EPA. The EPA did nothing. So 2 weeks later, after I kept documenting this stuff, I went to the press, and then I went to the head of the company that I had in front of me, and I told him I wasn't going to let them do that. That was my hometown of Battle Creek, Michigan, and I was fired the next day for it. I'm a union worker. I'm a Navy veteran with a Bronze Star, and I will never work for a tar sand pipeline. This is why. Thank you. The tar sand pipeline, we had 12,000 people just circle the White House the other day, and it was not on the main national news. It was the most important story in the entire world yesterday, and it wasn't on the news because a lot of these reporters and news stations are bought by these oil companies. I've had 2 death threats, 4 slashed tires, my brakes have been cut twice, I have a scar on my head from an assault. Even one of the assaults, the foreman told me that he's got more money than I can sue for. I will not quit. I'm in Michigan right now videotaping hundreds and hundreds of sick people. We've had dead people. We've had children born deformed. We've had many people with seizures after the spill. Never had them before. We have people with respiratory problems. It's horrible. And I've tried to tell the public I've been on every news station in Michigan, but it hasn't went national, and I don't understand that. They don't want to tell people about what these oil companies do and the sick people. Tar sand oil is 80% more toxic than normal oil. I am not against normal crude oil, but tar sand oil, it takes 400,000 gallons of water a day to extract it from Canada. You can never reuse that water again. It's done. It's done. And then they're trying to build a pipe right now through North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and Texas. If there is one leak in an aquifer, you're done. There is no more water in Texas if you have one leak in that aquifer. I mean, it is that bad. Their own MSDS sheet says that this will kill you. If you breathe it in, it will kill you if you swallow it. And they're about ready to open up the river the Kalamazoo River in Michigan. And kids are going to get in there and oil pops up. I know that for a fact because I'm in there. I've costed this company about $25 million already in fines and re-cleaning areas that they said were clean already. The EPA has signed off on them. I have videos on YouTube, it's on my shirt, and I'm just going around the country right now trying to tell the word about what's going on there, because this is a grassroots. I need people to tell their friends and to go to YouTube and watch the videos. You don't have to believe anything I'm saying. I have documented proof. I have 70 edited videos on there. I have put 2,200 hours of my free time. I've sold everything I own to do this, and I have not gained anything except for losing a $2,300 a week job. They didn't even evacuate the people in my community. We have 40 miles of river that was contaminated. It's supposed to be a 1,000-foot mandatory evacuation. It did not happen. They did not evacuate anybody. And these people breathed in these chemicals, and some of the chemicals, it states that it takes an entire year before you even start to see signs of sickness. So then the companies will go around and get you to sign off for $2,500, or some of them are $250, or air purifier. They say, here's the air purifier, you sign off, and now you've lost your rights because they tricked you. We went to Congress and we had hearings, and they said that these oil companies should not have done that. They misled them, they lied to them, and I'm trying to do something about that. I'm trying to change some policies. I'm trying to stop the tar sand pipeline, because whether you believe it or not, China has bought a big stake in the Canadian tar sands, and we are going to build this pipe to go to the Gulf. It's going to Texas. We have already said our military will not use this oil. The emissions are too high. The carbons are too high. So if our military is not using it, and our cars are not going to use it, we're going to send a lot of it to China because it's easier to come through us to get it over there. They're going to use it for their military because they don't care about the emissions and the carbons. And now we're going to increase their military, and someday they're so big, they're well over 1 billion people, they're going to run out of area, and they're going to say, we need some land for our people. And we're going to have a war because of it. And what are we going to do when we've just supplied them for 10 years of a major source of oil? Because, and then when we have that pipe coming through our land, it pollutes us and kills us slowly. There was a pipe last year I worked on for the Trans-Canadian Pipeline. It had 12 leaks in 1 year. 12 leaks. We're talking about 400-gallon leaks. I had a 1,000,000-gallon leak in my town, and Oklahoma just had a spill. New York had a spill. Chicago had a spill. Michigan had the spill. I mean, it's traveling around the country. The tar sand pipeline is like sandpaper through these pipes, and that's why they break. We need you to just watch the videos, spread them around. I'm trying to help the environment. I'm trying to help the union members with jobs and other sources, because as I said, I will not work for a tar sand pipeline. And anybody that does is going to kill America slowly over the years. And I'm trying to do something about that. I love my country, and I will do anything. I'm telling you, I have a Bronze Star for saving a man's life. I will do anything to protect my country. And I am right now doing everything I can to protect my country, one person at a time. Thank you. I'm trying to spread the word about the Michigan oil spill, and I support what these guys are doing. We spent the last week here, and we have attorneys here, doctors, engineers, people that have a career and make a lot of money, and they're giving up their time to come here and support the 99% of Americans against the 1%. I just heard today from a speech from a guy that the top 400 people in the world have more money than the top 60%. That's ridiculous, and we need to do something about that. We need to occupy. Well, made some t-shirts, we gave several out, and I've met with the EPA, and we're going to protest the EPA tomorrow here in DC, and it's been a good week. I gave a speech in front of 12,000 people. We all circled the entire White House. I gave speeches 2 or 3 other places. I've talked to whistleblower firms, and I found out that this happens all over the country. There's whistleblowers that are having death threats and slashed tires and brakes cut and getting hit over the head, just like me. I'm not alone in this. And of course I'm scared. I don't know if I'm going to be alive tomorrow when you go after these big oil companies. But what I do know is no one else is doing anything about it. And if I don't, it's not going to happen. And the people in my community are going to stay sick and the oil is going to stay buried. So I have to do this. I don't have a choice. And I need you to just spread around my videos. Help me by just showing the truth. That's all I ask. And I'm here at the Capitol building and occupy to do that.